Hello, this is Caleb Jones, Alpha Male 2.0, Freedom Focused Lifestyle Design for Men. And one of the books that I am currently reading right now is called The One Thing by Keller, K-E-L-L-E-R. And hey, Caleb, that's a printed book. Don't you use Kindle? Don't you use audiobooks? I use all three. I am not married to any one of these techniques. I read printed books. I listen to audiobooks. I also do Kindle. There's pros and cons to each one of those things. Audiobooks are great, but it's hard to skip ahead in an audiobook. With a printed book, it's really easy. So it depends on what kind of book I'm reading, but maybe I'll do a video about that in the future. But anyway, so one of the books I'm reading right now is The One Thing, and it is a time management book. And even though I teach time management, I don't want to be one of these guys that says, I now know everything. I don't need to learn anything new for the rest of my life. No, I like to keep learning new things. And I'm glad I did, because this is a really good book. I may even add this book. I'm only about halfway through it, a little more than halfway through it now. And I may add this to, I have a recommended Alpha 2.0 reading list that I'm building. I may add this to this as one of the core books. But anyway, in one of the chapters, he talks about something that I've talked about before, but he states it better than I've ever stated it. So I'm going to tell you what he says. This is profound. And if you get this, it'll change your life. It changed my life when I understood this, but he says this better than I did. Quote, okay, here's what he says. Financially wealthy people are those who have enough money coming in without having to work to finance their purpose in life. Let me read that again. Think about this. Financially wealthy people are those who have enough money coming in without having to work to finance their purpose in life. So that means several things. One, it means you have to have a purpose. So if you don't have a purpose in life, I talk about mission. If you don't have an overarching purpose to your objectives, then you'll never know if you're financially successful or not. Because I have seen guys, and maybe you've seen guys, who keep making, and I was in this category, who keep making more and more money without any reason. They just keep making more money because they want a cooler Ferrari. That might be fine when you're 27. That's not going to make you fulfilled over the course of your life. So you have to have a purpose. You have to have a mission. I talk about mission. Now, I have said, at least I've started saying, that if you're a younger guy, if you're under the age of 30 and you're just wrestling with your mission, you can't figure it out, why don't you put it on pause until you're 30? But if you're 30 or over, you've got to have a mission. You have to have a reason, an overarching reason over all of your objectives, all of your goals, all of your systems, all of your life, beyond just, I want to get laid, I want to have a girlfriend, I want to be rich, I want to have a lot of money. These things are not meanings. These things don't bring meaning to your life. These are means to an end. So it also, I'll say it again. Financially wealthy people are those who have enough money coming in without having to finance their purpose in life. So whatever your purpose is, if you have to go work to earn money to fund that purpose, you are not, by this definition, financially successful yet. An example would be you're an artist and you love to do art. That's your meaning, that's your calling, but you got to go get a bullshit corporate job to pay your bills while you do your art. So by this definition, I agree with it, you're not financially successful because you got to go do bullshit stuff to make enough money to finance your meaning. So when you get to the point where you make enough money, where you don't have to worry about financing what you do in terms of your overall purpose in life, then you're financially successful. I'm not even there yet. I'm very close, but I'm not there. I'm not at a point, at least in my opinion it's the only opinion that matters because this is my life. I'm not at a point yet where I can just completely relax and have everything financial on autopilot and not worry about it funding the greater meanings and the greater missions I have in my life. I'm not there yet. Now, I am very close to that. I will be there in the next 2-3 years. So I'm very, very close. That's why I'm kind of excited. But I'm not there yet. That's why I work so hard. But I work hard not because I want to make more money. I do want to make more money, but there's a reason I want to make more money. It's tied into a bigger purpose. It's tied into my mission. It's tied into the meaning I have for my life. It's tied into the spiritual aspect of my life. It's tied into so many important things beyond just, I want a cooler car. I want a bigger house. I mean, that stuff is fine. It is. It is okay. I live in a nice house. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. But that's not meaning. So if you've had trouble figuring out what your meaning is or your mission is, you can use this as a baseline to get to the point, or maybe this is more of a goal than a mission, to get to the point where I make enough money so I don't have to worry about money, so I can focus on what it is I want to do with my life. That's wealth. That's financial success. And something else, depending on what your meaning is and depending on what your personality is, depending on what your long-term goals are, that might not be as much money as you think. I've had recent conversations with guys in the SMIC program, joinsmic.com, where they said, okay, could I retire? How much money would I need to retire if I lived a very low lifestyle? I lived in somewhere like, Medellin or Chiang Mai or Thailand or whatever, low cost, don't have any kids, don't want any kids, etc. Could I get away with maybe only having $500,000 in the bank or $750,000 in the bank and retiring on that money? The answer is yes, you could. You could. You could get this stuff on $75,000 a year if you're careful. If you want more, if you want kids, if you want to travel wherever you want, if you want to fly first class, if you want a really cool house, you're going to need more money. So another aspect of this is your minimal, and this is another topic, I should do a video on this too, your minimal lifestyle objectives, long term. What kind of place do you want to live in that would make you long term happy? What kind of country do you want to live in? What kind of lifestyle do you want? You plug that into your long term goals as well as your mission, as well as your purpose, because I have both of these things. I have an ideal lifestyle that I want to live, and I'm pretty much already there, not quite, but almost. And then I have my mission. And both of these are tied to my financial goals. I don't just have financial goals because the number sounds cool, which is what I did in my 20s. I wanted to make $100,000 a year. Where did I get that number? It just sounded cool. There was no meaning behind that goal. Stupid. So today, and for a very long time now, for at least 13, 14, 15 years, every goal that I have set, not just financial, but also woman goals and other goals, every goal I have set is tied into an overarching plan and an overarching meaning and mission, including my woman goals. I never said I want to bang 100 girls. That's fucking stupid. What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. What do you want? What will make you happy long-term in your life? Your 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s, since most of your life is probably going to be in the future, especially if you're a younger guy. Very important, and I strongly recommend that book, but think about this.